We are diving back into the Evo trunk today, and we're going to try to cut out some panels from our cardboard templates we made in the last video, and we're trying to remedy the situation of not having any trunk carpet. So let's see what else we can get done here. What's up, y'all? Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel. Like I said, we're diving back into the trunk today. We're going to try to make these panels out of the cardboard templates we made in the last video. If you missed that video, I'll link it up top. You can check it out if you want to, but yeah, we're going to be cutting these panels out. I'm excited about this board I got. It looks pretty much to me like almost the same kind of material they use for the OEM, like on the floor part of the trunk. I'm going to butcher this, but I think it's called EcuBoard. I'll put the tag here on the screen, but it's thin, it's lightweight, it's stiff, but also pliable, however that makes sense. But yeah, I'm excited about this thing. We're gonna put the templates on there, trace it out, cut them out, and see how they fit in the car. Hopefully this works. It may work, it may not, I don't know. We're gonna figure it out, but yeah, enough yakking. Let's get to it. Oh, it is pretty hot here in the sun. It's like 35 degrees. Thought it was going to be a lot colder than that. Got my thermals on under all this and getting pretty toasty up in here. We're going to put this here at the top. That way I have a nice straight edge. And then we're going to put our wood clamps or our clamps onto there. Not necessarily all the way for wood. That way it holds everything still and we have everything where it needs to be. All right, here we go. Trace it on that line. Yes, I am aware that using a jigsaw for this is not the most efficient way to do this, nor is it the most preferred way, I would say, but I'm working with what I got, so it is what it is. Many slow jigsawing moments later. Okay, I have a sneaking suspicion that this is probably going to be night and day difference from a piece of paper, but let's try to get this thing in here and see if this is going to work out like I thought it was going to for this paneling. Oh my goodness. Yes, that is going to work perfectly. Okay, this thing is in there. It's gonna be like pushed up against this back part, and I'm gonna put some of those little like push tabs that holds on like under trays, things like that. I'm gonna put those in some of the holes they have on here, and we're gonna have this thing snugged up right up against there. It's gonna be absolutely perfect. I went ahead and cut off on the template. I cut off where the wires come out because when the panels are up against this wall, they kind of butt in right there. And so I think I can get away with having that off of there and they'll butt in and it should look pretty nice still, even with that cut off of there. So it is just flexible enough to get in there, but it's still stiff enough to like, you know, be an actual panel. So, that's awesome. All right, I'm excited now. We got these templates on here. Let's cut these out and see if these work just as well. All right, let's see if our paneling is gonna work like I think it is. We got this piece cut out here. Looks super cool. Hopefully it fits in like a little jigsaw puzzle like it looks like. Slide that back. Oh my word. Yes, buddy. Look at that. That fits in there absolutely perfectly. Holy crap. We're gonna have to move some of the wiring that goes up above it here. Maybe we can adjust that a little bit and it'll sit flush against the thing. There's a hole right around this area where a bolt goes through. So we're gonna take, and we'll probably take a bolt and put into this to like mount it in there. We'll put a titanium bolt there just to, you know, add some flair. But oh my goodness. Wouldn't you know it, that one fit in there just as beautifully. I honestly couldn't be happier with this, how this turned out. First cut, first trace, didn't have to buy another panel. I'd be lying to you if I wasn't a little bit shocked, but yeah, I guess I'm gonna keep tweaking with this a little bit to see what I can do here to get it like looking a little bit better, where I can mount things and all that kind of stuff. But holy crap. We'll probably put some type of a weather stripping like around the edges maybe, especially up top here. Now, if this is the first video that you're catching and you didn't go watch the other video that I linked up top, this is gonna be fiberglass, I think, and or carbon fiber. We put aluminum foil on the wheel wells here, And we're gonna try to make a mold out of these. I tried putting a bunch of tape on there to like stiffen it up a little bit to make a little bit of a mold to where I could put some fiberglass material in there to make another like better mold, or at least some resin, something like that. But yeah, we're still working on these. These are gonna be exposed because I couldn't, like doing wood like this, there's no way to really create it and it look good. It's like, it's gonna look boxy, it's gonna look dumb, it's gonna look like it's just set in there all weird. And so I didn't wanna do that, but having them cut out around this and having it exposed a little bit and having them look really cool with like carbon fiber or something like that, I think that's gonna be really, really nice. And I can expose, because we have a rear strut bar that goes through here. It's a 40mm Cusco strut bar. So that'll go on here. So we're gonna have the tops kind of exposed so we can like mount the strut bar onto there, no issues there, and all that is taken care of, and it's gonna look nice and clean. Now this down into here, this is all of our like electrical stuff, battery, circuit breakers, fuse boxes, things of that nature for our audio stuff. But having this back wall and stuff like that clean now, and having this panel back here, we are putting carpet on these panels, not today, but it will have carpet on them. I don't want to do that just yet because obviously we're going to be pulling them in and out, all that kind of stuff, making sure everything fits. Once the fiberglass and or carbon is in there, we may need to sand some stuff around the edges here. So it's not like done, but this is a fantastic and big step towards solving this issue of no trunk carpets for the side panels. I'm pumped. One thing we do need to do is make sure that our fuel pump relay has some clearance. So we're gonna check that in here. So the fuel pump relay comes out, it is hardwired, goes into a connector right here, and then we have it mounted right back here. And so that looks like there is plenty of clearance. That is also a big, big plus. Look at that clearance. Now, I also already have the floor part of this completed. There's a panel that goes back into here, and this is where our amp mounts and all that. Then we have some other little side panels that go in here to kind of like piece it together and make it all fit together. And yeah, this might actually work without having to modify anything. These panels are so thin that it just fits right in there. Let me grab the big piece. We'll have to get the rack itself. I'm redoing that. Has some changes with the amps and everything, but this looks really good so far. There's a little bit of a change now with the sound deadening. Kind of has some things uneven. This kind of sticks up a little bit higher so you can see the wood there. So we'll have to work on that. But overall, that looks pretty daggone good. Now, what happens here now is we'll adjust this here, fix that line there, make sure the back of this thing kind of tilts up a little bit. We're gonna have to like Dremel out where the battery sits a little bit on the back side of this panel. We'll make a little groove or a slot where the battery comes up because it is hitting on this side a little bit. I know you can't see, it's just like a dark hole right there, but now that we have the sound deadening and the foam under the battery that kind of holds it off of the floor, it's kind of sticking up a little bit too high, so the floor right here is hitting it. So we'll have to Dremel out a little groove in there for the battery, but other than that, that's looking really, really good. This will give you an idea of what I'm talking about with that deck piece being back here. I took some of the bride box we had, and or brid, however you want to say it. Took some of that and cut it out and stuck it back in there. I'm thinking about making a new piece for back here because the other one I had was like super tight on the corners and the edges. And so I'm just thinking about redoing it and just making a new one. So I'm taking these corner pieces here and just trying to like fill in these gaps and the voids to kind of like cause a little foot right there to kind of come out and meet everything perfectly. So we're just doing that now, trying to get that figured out and squared away. That way we can make a new template and a new board once I go get some to put this paneling down and we make a new amp rack. So that's essentially how it will look with like black carpet and like a raised platform for the amp. That honestly took a lot less time than I thought it was going to make those panels and everything to fit back there. So we're gonna go ahead and mount in our freshly wrapped suede C-pillars and get those into the car and also that rear deck as well. Let's take this off of here. Make it a little bit easier on ourselves. Put this back on and boom, that's a C-pillar installed, baby. Now, let's get this rear deck into here, which also has brand new suede on it. We still got to order the OEM speaker grills to go in right there. I decided to put those back in, so we'll have to do that at a later time. But for now, we're going to pop this thing in there, get it out of the house. These things have not been in the car in, I could not tell you how long. I'll probably have to take these out again here soon, but I just want to get them back in the car. Boom. in you go. These things go on a little bit weird. They have to hook up top. Did that get it? Surely not, I was gonna say, surely not first try. I rarely ever get it first try. That sounded good. Yeah, there we go. One down. Now I'm gonna go grab the bottom part. Now you do have to, there are 3 bolts that go in on this back seat portion to mount that to the car itself, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now because like I said, I'm probably gonna have to take these out here soon anyways. I just wanna get everything in here and look at that. It just looks so good complete. There's not a passenger seat, but everything else is back in the car right now for the interior, and it's been a long, long time since that's been a thing. I wanna hear it with everything shut up in here. She's alive. It is so quiet. Full titanium exhaust, high flow cat, and I can talk normally in here. All that sound deadening material that we put in here, done wonders. Holy crap. The exhaust tone sounds so good. I just cannot get over how quiet it is in this car. We're up to operating temperature, and I mean, like, I'm just talking normally, and I'm revving the car to 3,000 RPM right here, and it's so quiet in here. That is absolutely wild. All right, let me get you guys. We got ourselves a brand new fancy tripod. My other tripod, it broke a long time ago. I've just been using it. I've been like taping it together and everything, but we finally got a new one. Let me adjust you guys. With all that being done and said, for the back, I'm gonna go ahead and call this one. That project took way less time than I thought it was going to. That's a bit of a nice change for how things usually go. I didn't say it would take no time at all, so that's why it was quick. So normally every time I say, oh, this should be an easy task or whatever, it takes forever. So yeah, got that knocked out. Templates worked, panels fit in perfectly. We may have to trim some things up, like I said, just here and there, but now we gotta figure out what we're gonna do with the wheel wells, whether it's gonna be fiberglass, carbon fiber, what have you. I'm honestly leaning to just do carbon fiber because I've always wanted to do my own carbon parts, and so that may give me a chance to work with carbon fiber, work with the resin, all that kind of stuff again, and get it figured out and get a nice little piece in there. So we may just end up doing carbon. That's where I'm kind of at right now, but yeah, we'll work on that and we'll figure out what we're gonna do there. There is some things that we gotta take care of in the front of the car here. I have a O2 sensor on the way because the front one keeps giving me an engine code, so I'm assuming it's just dying out because one, it's old, and two, we moved it around a bunch. It's been in a Ziploc baggie forever, and it may just be time to change it. So we're gonna get that taken care of and then some other things. But yeah, moving right along on this thing. I am super excited about that. I can't wait to see it finished and completed. But if you got this far, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it very much, as always. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about everything we're doing back there in the trunk and all that jazz, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.